Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the French Chamber. This afternoon, we are very pleased to welcome you. We will talk about technology, IT, cloud solutions. So we are very happy to welcome Alibaba, expert from Alibaba and Link by Net this afternoon. I'm sure that we will learn a lot of things and hope that this will help in your businesses. So today we have the chance to welcome Esme Wang from Alibaba Cloud and Bruno Perrodo, who is a general manager from Link by Net. So Esme, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bonsoir. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for attending this event at CCI France. My name is Esme Wang. I'm based in Paris. I'm working for Alibaba Cloud International. Now I'm leading the Alibaba Cloud France and also for the business in France and also in South Europe regions. Today we feel very pleased to have this moment to share with you, introducing about accelerating your digital journey with Alibaba together. So well, here we go. We have prepared several of the slides in order to give you more detailed introductions about Alibaba. So from this page, you will see that founded actually since 2 decades already, founded by Jack Ma with his 18 students actually. Today, Alibaba Group has become a large business economy from Alibaba Group. So maybe in these milestones, you will find several of the logo. Maybe you are also using that very frequently. For example, from Taobao, that was since 2003, and then Ant Financial, Zhifubao, since 2004. And then more and more business units, business groups has been added for this economy. Alibaba Cloud has been founded on the year of 2009. Actually, at the very beginning, our business unit about Alibaba Cloud was designed to support our own business, to realize the transactions, to realize the different business in the sector of e-commerce, logistics, financial, etc. And then based on our capabilities built, we have added more and more business units like AliExpress, Xianyu, Cainiao for logistics, and also some local services such as Youku, Fliggy, Golden Map, DingTalk, Youku, and also from 2016 we had Hema, Ibo Fresh. We would like also to highlight that since 2017, a strategic collaborations has been built between Alibaba Group and IOC, the International Olympic Committees. And then we have been collaborating very closely with IOC, with the Olympic Games. And then, of course, we are expanding our capabilities like from 2018 with the business units of Ele.me, and also the T-Head, is also from to show again our capabilities about R&D. So this is the milestones about Alibaba Group. And then I'm going to show you the next one is regarding all the Alibaba Group business. Based on what I have introduced just now, you will find that actually Alibaba Cloud, we are here. We are supporting, firstly, our own business in the different sectors, mainly about retail and wholesale, consumer services, digital and media entertainment. It's like in Alibaba Auto Group, it's like we had 3 steps to build up this ecosystem. First of all, that was only a B2B platform. It's like to enable the small and medium business of Alibaba in order to get more and more information from overseas to do the export and import. And the second step was about B2C with Taobao, Tmall, etc. to realize the trade on Alibaba. The second step, trade on Alibaba. And then the third step is all about digitalization, about Alibaba Cloud. Now this is about work on Alibaba. So here you may say that Alibaba, we are supporting not only directly for the different BU, but of course for the upper layers, for the digital map, payment and financial services, Alibaba for the marketing, service and the data management, and also logistic. So all here, we would like to leverage our own business capabilities in order to serve us to more, grow up in the future as well. I'm going to share the next one. I think most of you heard about the Double 11 here in China, right? This has been, the idea was initially came out from the year of 2009. But at the very first years, we didn't have a very stable infrastructure. We will see that, during the first several hours, the network will break down, the servers were too overloaded. And then all the team of Alibaba Cloud, we have been engaged to expand again our technical competence and the service competence of our own. So as a result, about the Double 11 day of last year, we had 4 highlights. For not only about the GMV, around 500 billion Chinese yuan, equivalent about 70 billion of US dollars. But behind that, we would like to emphasize is about the large deployment about the cloud native technologies behind all the transactions, and also the environment friendly data centers to support all the business requests. And then we want to also to emphasize that behind all the transactions, we will find in the warehouse and also some of the scenarios, many services has been supported by the intelligent robot, by the AI functions. And then, of course, when we look at the live streaming, we could easily get the languages translated from one to another. For example, from Chinese language to English languages, or to Spanish and French. Okay, the next one. I think you know that Alibaba now very famous in China. But actually, since many years, we have been also doing our efforts to build up the global capabilities. So from this slide, you will see that altogether there are 23 Alibaba Cloud regions with 69 available zones. Actually, not only to see that many data centers and the available zones in China, we are investing more and more in Europe and in US. Speaking about the data center and the facilities, we always prioritize the green data centers. For example, we always choose the data center locates where we could find easily the renewable energies. For example, water cooling, nature air cooling, or liquid cooling, etc. And also, actually, some of the security monitors are not only done by our people, our engineers. Actually, some of the functions has been supported behind with AI solutions, with AI functions. And also, of course, high availabilities in order to, at the same times, to keep the business security, continuity, and also the local compliance. Well, maybe you'll be very curious about, we are speaking about Alibaba Cloud, which are your solutions and which are the scenarios you are supporting. From the left side, we could find those are the general solutions about cloud. So from cloud migration, normally we think about networking part, global accelerator for accelerating all the working efficiencies, and also about the security, database, big data, hybrid cloud, local compliances, etc. And based on what we always build up our capabilities about DevOps, some of the scenarios about internet, e-commerce, online media, online gaming, education, etc. combined with the new request about IoT or service, enterprise requests. So those are the general solutions which might be contributed continuously for the different different industries. For example, the new retail. When we talk about new retail, I think if well, in China, in Asia, and we always benefit a lot about the smart applications provided about the e-commerce. For example, when we are experiencing some online purchasing journeys, behind we were talking about some customer service, intelligent voice solutions, image search, personalized product search recommendation, etc. So those are thanks to the AI platform and big data capabilities about Alibaba Cloud. And of course, not only about retail, but also about the fintech parts. We are also working steadily with the cross-region enterprises in order to make the business more easier. Of course, traditional sectors or government sectors is also in the industrial solutions. We would like to also emphasize about intelligence brand because especially in China, we talk about a lot about the smart cities. We call that also 智慧大脑, smart brain cities. Actually, some of the core business has been also driven by Damo Academy, Damo Yuan, Damo Academy, because from the technologies we have doing the research steadily on voice, image, and video. NLP stands for natural language processing. So we could always support the intelligent parts for the different scenarios. I'm going to give you more general briefing about the solution part at the end as well. So from this one, well, it shows all the product portfolio from the cloud infra with elastic compute, innovation compute, storage, networking, also the private ones. From data intelligence, those are our core capabilities, also a database and big data and AI. And the app layers about the core internet technologies. Actually, this whole capabilities shows how Alibaba with our products to support the different scenarios for different solutions. Here, a summary about product highlights, as I mentioned just now in the previous slides. At the YaaS part, we always support the customer with the high availabilities, high SLAs. And also from the past part, not only database and big data, this is a generator about our R&D center like Damo Academy. Combined with some of the SaaS solutions and altogether working with the top ISVs, we are completing the collaboration together. And this is also the case with Link Bennett because in several of the sectors, we are doing the system, they are doing the system integration. We are collaborating together for some of the strategic customers and the projects. This one is about customer worldwide in different sectors. So again, to prove the technical capabilities in different sectors about e-commerce, financial services, manuf, aviation, teleco and infra, media and entertainment. So here actually we didn't put all the logos about Olympic, but actually the game of this summer comes soon. Well, hopefully they will still maintain the game. Of course, thinking about all the security parts. The good news is that on Alibaba, we are also supporting them to realize more smarter distribution of the Olympic content to support them with a digital way. Okay, as some information about our ecosystem. Maybe you will be curious to ask, well, you are a Chinese company in China, in Asia, but also in Europe. Who will be your partners? Here we have 3 layers of partners. We have the partners who are doing the technology part, mainly about ISV and SI partners. And we have also the partners working with us as channel partner they are playing the roles about distributor and resellers. And also about the service partner is also one of the very important aspects which we treasure a lot, because those are the partners who is going to do the deliveries with Alibaba together. And here you will find the strategic partners for different topics, the core chipsets, ERP, CRM, private cloud, and also to support our hybrid clouds collaborations in the sector of IoT, and also other solutions on collaboration with Deloitte, Accenture, etc. So here with Link.net, we have built up the strategic collaboration since many years, and later on, Bruno will give more introductions about here. This is about security compliance. All the Alibaba Group team, we have been very serious about all these topics about security compliance globally and regionally, and also by industry for different sectors, media, fintech, internet, etc. And also about the GDPR, Alibaba was GDPR ready actually from the 2018 when the GDPR was ready. I'm going to show you some other information about how is our business to support some of the European partners and the European customers for their business in China. So here from the IDC and the Gartners, you will find that Alibaba has been in the leading position in public cloud in China and APAC. Here, according to IDC, this is about ES and PaaS. And according to Gartner, here is only about the Asia ES market. And here is the third one is about globally. Globally, this year we have been very happy to see that we have been ranked number 3. We hope that with all the hard working from all the Alibaba Group, and also with collaborations with the partners and customers, we would grow fast to bring all the contributions. Of course, to meet the goals of Alibaba Group is to support the business anywhere. We have a program called China Gateway 2.0. So the purpose is to accelerate the business success in China for the foreign companies. So for the European companies, this is exactly what we are doing. Is, as you understood just now from my presentation, we are providing the entire products and services, yes, PaaS and SaaS, for different kinds of supports and services. So this is the basic technical competence for our customers and partners, together combined with our capability globally about the infrastructure, and also based on the very good understanding about the local compliance. We think that Alibaba Cloud will provide a very stable platform for the business. Here from all the ecosystem inside of Alibaba, Tmall, Cainiao, and Financial, Fliggy, etc. So we could also leverage our know-how to find the best solutions from our own business units in order to provide like a unified solutions for the customers and the partners. Well, here is a small summary about we hope that Alibaba would be your first choice in Asia Pacific. Well, with mainly all the widespread coverage. And also about the different advanced technologies to support your business in different topics. And thanks to the strong ecosystems from our own business units, and also together with the partners. And then to provide the dedicated local support. So this is about an introduction about Alibaba Group and Alibaba Cloud. Today, I am very happy that we are here together with one of our most strategic partner, Link.net. So now I will pass the parole to Bruno. Maybe you want to change the slides also. And then if you have any other questions, so we'll have a free session after these presentations. Thank you.
Thank you, Esme. Give me just 1 minute. So nice to meet you. My name is Bruno Perrodo. I'm very glad to be there. I'm the managing director of Link.net in China. I'm very glad to be there because it's just recently located in China to take care of this new office and the new challenge of Link.net. But I'm in Asia already for 7 years, so I quite know very well Asia. So I started in 2014 in Hong Kong, of course, as the first guy, because we opened our office from France in Asia in 2014 first. And I'm glad to say that now we are 250 people in Asia after 7 years. We open office in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in Vietnam, and now in China. And I'm working for this company for 12 years, so it's already a long story. And I'm very glad also to do this event with you, Esme, and you, Alain, as well. We had a great journey from the beginning, so it's interesting for us to share with you this experience. Of course, we're not so big compared to AliCloud, but you saw so many solutions on Alibaba Cloud. Our duty is to make that simple for you, and for the French company in particular, I think we could be a great partner for you. So roughly what I will discuss and I will share to you is with Link.net. We are not so famous compared to Alibaba, but I guess some of you know us already. Our point of view about the China context, it's important to have that in mind. I will give you our experience and the key, I would say, key to have in mind to succeed in your cloud transformation. And also we'll discuss about some business cases that we have and some recommendation. And after that, we will have this discussion with our guest today, Alain, to share about an experience we had for 1 year already. So Link.net, who is Link.net? It's a good question. So Link.net is a French company based in Paris at the beginning. It has been founded by two brothers, Stéphane Zambert and Patrick Zambert. I guess some people heard about some news recently, so maybe that will be a question later. And we open office also up in my city, in Nantes. I'm from Nantes. And open an office, several offices in Canada to serve our client in America. And from the beginning, we decided to also open an operation center in Mauritius Island for one reason. The English and the French, then we can say we can operate for our clients 24/7 in Follow-the-Sun from Mauritius Island. And our clients, very happy about our work in Europe, was just saying in Asia, we like you very much, Link.net, but when you sleep, we work. So it's when you want, if you want to continue to work with us, you have to come in Asia. So that's the reason I was the first guy to come at the beginning, and we opened this office in Hong Kong first, and then, as I told you, in Vietnam. In Vietnam now we are 200 people to operate our clients in Ho Chi Minh City. In Singapore as well, and also in China. Why China? Because same, our client said, okay, we like you very much, Link.net, you are in Asia now, but we are in China, so when you will come to us? So we open in China, and I think now it's a great story. So we talk about 1,000 people in our companies, 1,000 talents, 100 million euro of revenue, and this is important. That's a French style. The customer satisfaction rates. So that's something we try to keep very high all the time, to be very close to our clients and to judge their satisfaction and to improve all the time. What we are doing, we are doing 4 things. It's interesting what Esme shared to you because you saw so many solutions, and I don't think it's easy for everyone to know which solution could fit with your expectation, your business needs. So LeanByNet can advise you. So that's why we have this pillar, the Cloud Advisor pillar. That's mainly a consultant able to advise you for your solution and for your needs, no matter if it's on marketing, on finance, anything. We can help you on that. And we did acquisition in Europe to have that kind of experience on DevOps, for example, on cybersecurity, and so on. We have another pillar very important for us is the cybersecurity. Security is everywhere now, so it's all the time something we have to keep in mind from the beginning and all the life cycle of your platform. So we have experts all around the world to be able to define the strategy with you. Another pillar important is the cloud transformer. Basically, when you define the strategy, when you define your platform, you have to implement that on the cloud. If you don't have your own IT, you want to focus on your own business, I think. So you need some provider like us to help you to implement that. So with this pillar, our team will be keen to help you to put that in place. The last one, it's obvious, it's to manage this platform to be sustainable. So the cloud optimizer. So now our duty as a managing service provider is not only be sure that your platform will be available 24/7, it's also to optimize that. Even, for example, for save costing, or save, to save the cost, we can do FinOps, we can do automation, we can optimize your platform. You can advise on that. So this is the key point of this pillar. And something important, we are not a big group. We have this DNA to be close to our clients. So we want to do tailor-made solution because every client has a different needs. So we need to hear that. Some references. So every client are not there because we cannot disclose the name, but we have a very other client we are very proud to work with, but unfortunately we cannot put that. But it's also here, this client we are really proud to show you. In China, we are working with Sodexo, with L'Oréal, Michelin, Auchan, Savencia, DFS, Ivanhoe, Caudalie, SMCP, and Renault. So you can see it's a very different industry. And for different projects, some of the projects are directly pure platform in cloud. Some others are migration from data center. I will explain a bit more later. So we're very proud to work with this with brand and with this client here. So let's go to the topic. So China for us is interesting. Of course, I think it's interesting for all of you guys. That means we talk about 1.5 billion of people. I think you all know that. 500 million of people have the purchasing power of Poland. So I don't know if you got these numbers. 100 million of people in China have the purchasing power of Germany. So it's a big market to address for your business, I guess, and it's growing and growing. China is also very innovative. If you compare to other regions in the world, and Alibaba, it's a good example, it's going very fast. So the technology, they are jumping right away to the new technology without transition. Like in Europe, it's sometimes slow, and in China, it's going very fast. Something interesting as well is the mobile first. I don't know for your family, but basically, my family, my wife is Chinese. They are already totally connected. Even their parents, they are using mobile, and they are using mobile for everything. My parents in France, they are not doing that, so are not so fast. So 66% of transactions are performed on mobile. So that means the digital platform is super important. And I think that's, this, France has a very good reputation in China. So I think we have a lot of opportunity to make business. Of course, it's not easy. In China, some company cannot succeed because they don't understand some basics. Of course, the culture is important. The language is important. There is some topics where you have to pay attention from the beginning, the regulation. So the regulation compliancy for the CSL. The CSL is the China security law, like the GDPR in Europe. You cannot deploy anything without a minimum of information about that. So that's something to anticipate, and we can help you on that. So we talk about ICP license, MLPS, and so on. The Great Firewall, I think you all have this experience. that creating a lot of trouble, but also a lot of opportunity because basically you have no choice potentially to host your platform in China to serve your client or to serve your employees. China ecosystem, also it's something important. When I discussed with a French company in France, when they want to talk about China, they don't have anyone in China to sell them or to develop their IT, they are scared to use Alibaba, for example. They are thinking that AWS and Azure, they are there, it's good enough, they can use it. Of course, they can use it, but it's not exactly the same cloud. There is some differences. It's a joint venture, there is difference in the feature and so on. So it's not really, for me, a global public cloud as Alibaba. Alibaba, we can say, is today a global public cloud because in China, you are in China and you are in the rest of the world. That will be one of the key and one of the recommendations I will have at the end. It's to be open-minded because there is a specific ecosystem in China that we have to pay attention. They are using a lot of tools similar to what we have in Europe or in America, but we cannot use Facebook and Google here, so we have to pay attention on that. And the country is wide, of course. There is a lot of questions regarding the network. The cross-border between Asia and the rest of the world is also a key. Okay. So for this reason, and that's this reason that Lin decided to come in China. That's the story, because the client asked us to be there, close to them, speak Chinese, and understand the ecosystem. Yes, our story with with USME. That's funny because when we opened in 2014, 7 years ago already, quite 4 months later, we already have our first meeting with Alibaba. I remember it was me, was with Alibaba. I'm not speaking Chinese very well, and I was speaking with Chinese guy who doesn't speak very well in English. So the meeting was just a joke, but we were super excited. And we succeeded to communicate. I don't know how, but we succeeded to do our first project a few months later. So it's a long story already for us with Alibaba from 2014. And we developed this partnership all around the year to be now, and we were the first overseas partner for Alibaba, for Aliyun. It was Aliyun in 2015. And now, HOP, we are one of the main provider for Alibaba, in particular for the French company who needs some MSP to help them in their development. So we open also, as I told you, in Singapore. So we are in Shanghai. If you ask the question, are you in Shanghai? Yes, we are in Shanghai. Do you have operation team here? Yes, we have. Do you have good development? Yes. Will you grow? Yes. So we are ready to go and to accelerate. And we choose Wuhan before the COVID, and we keep it. It's a good place. A lot of talents over there. Yes, just quickly on that. That's our level of partnership with Alibaba. I don't go into details. For us, Alibaba, it's a strategic partnership in China, of course. We are cloud agnostic, so we are able to work with with all the cloud. Can be AWS, can be Tencent, can be Huawei, can be Azure, and out of China as well, even on Croc in Russia and so on. But in China, to be honest, Alibaba is the leader. That's what you saw, you showed just before. So of course, it's a very important partnership for us in China, and a lot of clients are going over there. So how to do that? If I were you, when I saw a lot of solutions on Alibaba, I would be lost, because if it's not your expertise, you cannot know, and you have other things to do. It's your business first. So you need some partners to help you to understand how to do that, to understand your strategy and what kind of cloud strategy you have to put in place. So you will have a lot of questions related to how to start, where to start. Do we have to do migration? Do we have to do from scratch deployment? How to secure that? There is a regulation, and how to optimize, and which cloud use. Even in China, we can use many clouds. So maybe Alibaba, maybe another one. So for that, we have a path. We have a path with 5 steps. We will help you to achieve this goal. Before to discuss about this step, important for me is this. First of all, it's a proven process. We did that before, it works. all around this process, we talk about continuous improvement process. It's important that all the time we adapt our way of work to improve the quality of service, because it's not perfect. The people are different, so we have to adapt. And we need a strong governance. When I say strong governance, it's a regular catch-up to review where we are and if we are going on the good direction. It's maybe basic, but sometimes we are missing this step and we are failing. It's important to keep that. The first step is obvious, of course, but sometimes you are really, I would say, you have the pressure to move on, to put a platform on the cloud because you have, I don't know, something very urgent. Why not? So Lean by Net can help you on that for sure. Everything is possible, but it's not sustainable. So if you are thinking about a sustainable and long-term strategy on the cloud, you need to define your strategy for 2 or 3 years. It's important, and we can advise on that. We can advise on that also with Alibaba. If you define with Alibaba already your solution or your wish to work with them, we can work with you and Alibaba. As close we are able to provide the approach, an objective approach, I would say, because again, we are cloud agnostic. The benchmark of the cloud provider. So as I mentioned, maybe you will have to put in place a multi-cloud strategy. Some client decided to have multi-cloud strategy. It's a choice. Can be hybrid solution with data center and public cloud, or can be only one cloud, can be Alibaba, for example. An important step here to have in mind if you want a sustainable solution. And that's something maybe we'll discuss later with Alain. It's the foundation. So when your strategy is defined, when your public cloud is defined, you have to define the best practice, the guideline, naming convention, the security rules. You have security policy in your groups, I guess. The architecture, what kind of deployment you want to put in place. Do you want to put DevOps in place? There will be an impact if you have that kind of idea as well. We can explain to you, but it needs to be defined from the beginning. Okay, so this is a guideline. This is the Bible to do from the beginning. Okay. The next one is important as well. What kind of application you will put on the cloud? Because if it's e-commerce platform or marketing website, it's not the same thing. So that will be something to define. Okay. And the 2 last steps, it's more classic one. It's a partner to put to implement this platform on the cloud. So, for example, Lean by Net can build it, deploy it, and deploy all the tools needed to manage that 24/7 if you need that by forever, I would say. But our duty is not to manage that 24/7. It's also to optimize that. So on the cloud, there is sometimes we are thinking that you will save costs. It's not so obvious. Sometimes it can be more expensive than a data center, depending how you are using that. So the FinOps solution is important. So we have a capacity to audit, to do an assessment about your consumption on the cloud, and proactively to explain to you how to save cost, and then to not be surprised at the end to have a big cost. I won't go in details on that. What I want to explain here, it's our 4 pillars are there. So advisory, cybersecurity, cloud transformer, and cloud optimizer. And depending on your own strategy, on your own needs, I don't know if you have already a data center, if you have a multi-cloud approach or hybrid solution, hybrid solution approach with data center, cloud, and so on. So that could be this one, or you are really deploying a pure solution on the cloud only, and you can really have all the benefits of the cloud, the resiliency, the agility, the performance, and so on. If you are interested on data and AI or cybersecurity, all these offers, I will say, we are working closely with Alibaba on that, if you choose Alibaba. Okay. So, for example, we have something related to the training, something related to the security, the journey to the cloud, as I mentioned, to define the best approach. Some user cases. Sodexo. So Sodexo, it's an interesting project. So basically, Sodexo, they had a data center. with normal IT, with many servers on VMware solution, and they decided to move everything on the cloud. So we did rehosting migration from their data center to Alibaba Cloud. Okay, so now they don't have this IT anymore on the cloud, on the data center. Everything is on the cloud. So of course, we did an assessment. We put in place the foundation, as we mentioned. We did the migration. We moved to the cloud, and we put in place the 24/7 management. And now it's secured. Another example, interesting, it's SAP. I don't know if you have any SAP you want to migrate. So we have that kind of experience with Savencia. If you like cheese, they are quite expert on that. And they had an SAP solution in the data center, and they did a big push on their strategy to push that on the cloud. So we migrated with a refactoring approach their SAP system. This is a critical system, SAP, as you may know, and we cannot do that easily. So it was a really strong work with Alibaba, with Savencia, with the team in China here, because we had to understand exactly their solution, define the architecture, and this architecture has been defined with them, with Alibaba and us. So all of us, we were involved to this discussion. The DRP was a key for them. If there is any disaster in the data center, they don't want any they don't want any disruption. So the DRP is very high on this solution. So we have a multi-region organization for, I think it's through HA and HRP or something like that. So it works well. I know that now SAP is a solution potentially on a SaaS, but it's recent solution. It was quite an interesting project, this one before. Well, of course, because it's critical, POC was necessary. So we did proof of concept to make sure that everything is working well. And the last user case, interesting, it's a brand I cannot spread. It's not yours. It's another one. It's a very famous French luxury brand. They didn't do any migration here. They decided to put in place on Alibaba their solution of e-campaign, basically on WeChat. It was a WeChat website, but hosted on Alibaba Cloud, based on DevOps, Kubernetes, and CI/CD chain. So that's interesting technology we put in place here. So same, we define this CI/CD solution, we implemented, and the performance test was important, and we managed that, and now it's very smooth. My last slide, it's the key, I will say the key takeaway I would like to share to you today, based on our experience and on the situation in China. The first one is understand the Chinese consumer needs. It's obvious, but the first things to do, what kind of consumer it is in China. Be open-minded. Maybe for you it's easy, but maybe you are facing some people in France who are not comfortable to work with Chinese tools, Chinese solution like Alibaba or others. So far it works, huh? So they should understand, and we can help to explain that this solution is working in China and is working out of China as well. I'm saying that quite often, that Alibaba is the only one international public cloud in the world, because they are everywhere and in China. Define your cloud strategy. I think that's obvious. So we can perform the journey to the cloud on that. Discuss about the guideline and so on. Put in place the foundation. So don't be afraid. It seems to be heavy, but if you have an urgent need, we can put in place that without this, but it's not sustainable for the future. The great firewall is also important, because the interconnection will have an impact. The problem of interconnection between rest of the world and China is something we will create some trouble in your platform if you are not paying attention on that, and we can advise on that. The regulation is a key as well. So same, we heard about some clients in France who ask us quite often, can you put in place a platform in China? The first question is, are you in China? And when they are not in China, it's complicated. They cannot. they are surprised. People are the key. That's my special touch. I don't think we can succeed that kind of project if we don't like each other. So we have plenty of vendors working together. So the people are important. So when we talk about governance, we have to listen each other. We have to understand the constraint of each other. And if we work in team, we can succeed. And that's, I think, the key approach and the key reason we succeed on many projects. While in Bynet, the value of Bynet here is really to be a French company to serve the French clients. You are working mainly maybe for French group. The key decision maker potentially are in France as well. We have many people in France they can discuss with. We can be at a different level, global and local, close to your decision maker. So that's a key to succeed in your strategy. You can have the best of the two worlds. That means international company and a local company. We speak Chinese. I'm the only French, except Alain. I'm the only French in this company in China. Everyone is Chinese all the time for the rest of the team. Proximity, dual culture, language, local governance is important. Customer-centric spirit, that's our mindset. You can focus on your own business. We will have the skills. No need for you to be trained. Even if it's important, you have to be trained, by the way. End-to-end approach, agility, and of course, the strong partnership we have with Alibaba and other partners in China is important. Innovation, Alain, that's also a key. So that was my last slide for me, for the presentation. So I hope you enjoy.